I killed a mole today.
Yeah, I know, and I cried.
That's
Jamie was upset about it.
Yeah, moles are cute.
Well, okay, so what?
They're not cute.
They're kind of cute.
So this winter, all the snow melts.
Mm-hmm.
My backyard is destroyed.
It's
just decimated by these dumb moles. And so I'm like, you know what? So I get out the mole trap. I see a new like path. Because like when they root around, they have like basically brings up like the mud and the dirt into like a path that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So I set my trap in there, the new one. I wasn't expecting it. Typically you get them overnight, but we go out to leave and the trap sprung and I'm like, do I have a mole? So I pull it out of the ground. Sure enough, there's a mole and it's still alive because it got its back, back end more than its mid or front. And so it's sitting there trying to like swim, like do its little dig motion. Just.
I was like, Ben.
And Jamie was so upset.
She's
like, can you kill it quick, please? And I was planning on it anyways because I hate moles, but I'm not cruel.
But that was when Ben changed his mind. He's like, no, Jamie, this is going to be a slow death.
It's going to show the rest of them.
We have to send a message. These moles need to learn.
Well, he did.
You
want to
dig here? You're going to be digging your way into hell.
You're going to be digging your own grave.
Yeah.
Ben never saw Once Upon a Forest. He doesn't know that moles are people.
What?
Moles are actually I think they're kind of cute.
They are kind of cute, but then there's a lot of
really destructive.
There's a lot of good cute rodents though.
Yeah,
even mice are kind of cute.
No,
I think mice are kind of cute.
Yeah,
little eyes, can't trust
the small
them.
ones, not like the bigger ones, but
right?
like the really
little,
small ones.
Yeah.
I used to feed pinky mice to my tarantula.
Did you?
Yeah. Could you hear him go? As the tarantula just.
It's a Filipino thing.
It is.
Now, I would never want a mouse, nor do I want to keep moles in our yard.
What about chinchilla?
No, I don't want a chinchilla.
Oh.
No. But, I will agree that there are some rodents that are cute. Like, I think raccoons are kind of cute, too.
I like raccoons. I think they're cute.
I do, too.
We had a raccoon that came to our yard a few times, and didn't we I
tried to feed it keep it around, but it didn't stay.
Which was kind of sad because it was cute and it had a baby too.
Yeah.
Ben, I'm just gonna go ahead and flat out say I'm gonna do what I can with this shirt, but I am not a high school Levi anymore, and this is a shirt you got me in high school.
Do you want a blur bar going up?
If it needs to, you do it. I won't move around that much, and you just place that blur. If it starts getting a little too lewd, a little too visate, whatever that word is, we don't need to be showing that much
salacious.
What you need, Levi,
is to lose weight.
Well, but you can also buy fabric tape. That's double-sided.
And you can just wear an undershirt like a normal human being.
Well, no, a normal human being is a little bit, I guess not in America. I was going to say it's a little bit thinner than I am at this point. But then I was like, in America.
No, you're pretty average, I feel like.
Yeah. I'm a regular burger eater.
Especially for someone in their 30s. That's
a burger enjoyer.
Right, yeah, a regular American burger enjoyer.
Dude, I love burgers, though.
Me too.
You can't go wrong with a good burger.
We recently discovered that Steak and Shake has a good burger.
Oh, man.
And I was like...
And now they're frying everything in beef tallow, so...
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I do deliveries from Steak and Shake from time to time, and...
Ours by us seems to be pretty
If you
decent.
find a good one. I think the grossest places I've delivered from, like easily by far the grossest, are... it's completely escaping me now. It's that one
Taco
place.
Bell?
No, actually, Taco Bells are relatively well kept. It's Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is really gross.
Yeah.
Like Jack in the Box is probably the grossest one I deliver from.
They had some kind of E. coli outbreak way back when, and so Dad would always call them E. coli in a box.
No, they were grody, and I'm trying to think of the other one, but Jack in the Box is definitely by far the worst. Anytime I go to a Jack in the Box, it's gross inside. Like they do not. Everyone that I've been in is like the floors are dirty. You look in the kitchen, and the kitchen really doesn't look upkept. You're just kind of like,
That's when you go out, like there's a certain threshold of gross that you're going to have to handle because anywhere is going to be pretty. I feel like anywhere is going to be pretty gross.
Church's Chicken's the other one.
Ooh. I like a good Church's Chicken though.
Yeah, I haven't been into
we
many
try to
that
buy it after church.
Yeah, we do.
Ooh, churches sounds good. Every Sunday.
Every Sunday we're like, ooh.
You'll have to research laws about like slandery. they'd be like, prove that or you're sued. Show us exactly the location.
That wouldn't be hard. Just pick one on a map.
but to go back to Steak and Shake, like a lot of them are kind of gross, but I feel like the one by us,
it's not too bad. I feel like it's a little gross. I've not been inside.
It doesn't look too bad.
Leave it that way.
Yeah.
I still feel like Little Caesars turned a leaf.
No.
They turned a leaf.
Stop. That Lou Malnati's, though.
We'll miss you. We'll miss you, Lou Malnati's.
Rip in all indie locations. You can get their pies shipped to you, though.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Apparently, they taste just as good.
Yeah, I don't believe it. 'Cause you'll be in our heart.
He was like, I'm not doing that.
Malnati's.
How much does it cost to ship, though?
It's pretty expensive. Like, you're already paying for a very expensive pie, and then
You're probably paying like at least $10 to ship it because they gotta ship it.
Probably more.
They gotta ship it in a special kind of container to keep it cold. Yeah. So if you're ordering, you're ordering several boxes. We'll have to tell our friends at church who go there every week.
Real quick for our viewers, what is Lou Malnati's?
It's a pizza place, but it's closing March 3rd. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be close.
The black eye.
Isn't that how that works?
Oh yeah,
I think so. Or is it the when they do?
It's when they cover their eye or do
is
a
it
thing
like this?
No. It's usually
like
when they
we
do.
Used to do it.
They'll either do one of these or they'll do like one of these to cover one eye, and then the new weird one is people finding out like the people of power. People who are finding out people of power do like the black eyes. That's another really weird thing.
Like when their whole eye goes black.
Like when they look like they've been punt. No.
Oh,
when
I was thinking the entire not this part of their eye, but their actual eyeball would go black.
Oh no, I mean that would be scary too.
That's something different.
One of the big thing with like elites is they always get these like really weird black eyes.
Weird.
Yeah, if you'll find pictures of anybody in powerful positions like having like a really bad black eye, and it just looks like
didn't expect to get my tinfoil hat out.
Well, we were talking about the Illuminati. Does it even exist?
Well, I'm sure.
I don't know.
There was a guy, one of Trump's, I guess, someone related to him, maybe. But he was standing there. He was doing this. And I don't know if it was his wife or someone, but they're like hit him like, stop that.
He's doing it as like a joke.
I don't know if he was doing it as a joke, but he sat there, he was doing it like this, and then someone smacked him. Stop that.
That's funny.
They're scary people. They're secretive people. I don't like them.
I don't like him at all.
They invited me to join the club. I went there for a little bit. Wasn't very good.
I have more money than them.
I have more money.
Horrible people, terrible people. You wouldn't believe the things I saw, what they did. Absolutely horrible. Worse than anything I've ever seen.
Could you imagine if they just let Alex Jones have free reign?
Like he's like, it's part of the deal. Go for it.
Just sponsor Alex Jones just to go into all these places.
Just whatever he wants to do. Free reign.
That wouldn't be good for anyone.
But I mean, like as weird as it is, there are secret organizations of powerful people that has been exposed.
Yep. Bohemian Grove.
No.
If you want to look up one, Bohemian Grove. That was where he got his start, actually.
That's what kind of set him off the deep end, but he was right. He was right. Everyone told him he was wrong. The politicians were like, no, we don't do that.
Oh, that doesn't exist.
Mock human sacrifice. No, thank you.
He's like, I knew it. And that's what broke him. Yeah. Broke something in him.
Well, I mean, it would be very shocking to be told by everybody that you're wrong, that the media is like, this guy's crazy. The politicians are like, we definitely don't have a secret organization. And then you go in the woods and you're like, here it is.
It's here. We found it.
We found it. I've tricked them into believing I'm one of them, and now I'm watching as they do the weird stuff. A giant owl statue in which they're doing some weird ritual in front of, they're doing it.
We did it, Joe.
We did it. We're part of the Illuminati, Joe. We did it.
Whew. You guys want to hear a story?
That was weird.
You come down from it.
That was an instant. That was like a total mind change shift.
It was. I shifted.
I've shifted again.
I've done shifted.
All right, let's hear it, Shifty Ben.
Okay.
Ben is shifty.
A little bit shifty.
So back when like 600 BC, somewhere around there, Elisha is running around as the prophet of Israel. And he has these guys with him, basically the Bible calls them the sons of the prophets. Okay. And they're all living together. It's like kind of a communal type thing. And what the sons of the prophets were, like back then, you would oftentimes have younger prophets or less experienced prophets learning under a more seasoned prophet like Elisha.
It's like a prophet frat house.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder if there's
fraternity.
like a hazing ritual of some sort.
Yeah, it's like a prophetic guild almost.
But like a real question, did they know that they had the gift of prophecy, or were they trying to instill the gift of prophecy by following Elisha?
Good question. Maybe both. I would assume both, because you'd have people be like, I want to do that. And then you'd have people who actually were legitimate. Gift of prophecy. I would assume.
That's part of the hazing.
Yeah, it's part of the hazing.
Predict what's coming.
Did God show you this?
If you got a broken nose, you weren't in it.
All right, go home.
Food for thought, things to chew on.
Yeah. Yeah. So you had this group of prophets living, together. And typically, like, they would either get patronage from people, supernatural supply, or like kings would sometimes be their patrons or stuff like that. If you were a good prophet like Elisha, you had people that were probably going to, help you out and everything. But their job was to be prophets. They had a weird job description, but also they probably did work too, I would imagine. But anyways, so the sons of the prophets come up to Elisha and they said, bro, it's too cramped. We need to build like more houses and expand a little bit. And so Elisha's like, all right, go do it. And they're like, well, you got to come with us. So he's like, all right. And so they go down and they start chopping down trees. And so back then, like if you're using like an iron tool or anything, it's super expensive, like really rare, super expensive. So yeah, you're figuring it out. The gears were turning. I saw them. And so as they're all chopping down these trees, somehow,
and these were really expensive too.
Yeah, somehow the freaking head like flew off one of the guy's axes and falls into a river. And he's like, "Oh no, that was borrowed. That wasn't mine." So it would incur like a big financial like burden. So he goes and he's like, "Elisha, I did something bad."
Dad, help.
Yeah, exactly. That's the dad, help me.
I messed up.
I done messed up, Dad.
And then Elisha brings out the whip.
I told you to make sure it's secured.
Not the paddle, no.
He's out there. Hold the axe like this. No, hold it like this. Like the dads would tell you to hold the flashlight. You're like crying. You're not holding it the right way.
Remember how you said to hold it with both hands? Well, I was getting tired and I only used one and I broke it.
Yeah, you told me not to swing back excessively. Well, I did, and it flew off into the river.
I didn't think it would do that.
This poor guy, he's probably in heaven so mad right now.
Is this my story? Wait a minute.
So,
I mean, I did help build it.
yeah. This is also just a weird account because it's just thrown into like 6 verses in the Bible.
Right now in heaven, he just went to Elijah and he's like, Elijah, they're making fun of me.
Yeah, Elisha,
make them
please
stop.
So Elisha's like, all right. And so he gets like either a stick or a branch. He cuts one and he throws it into the river. He's like, show me where it's at. So the guy's like, it fell in there.
This poor guy.
It fell in right there.
We're gonna have a lot of fun meetings in heaven. I
know. Between Shamgar and
Shamgar's
we're gonna have some HR meetings.
Yeah.
All right, we need to address how you portrayed us.
We're gonna get up to the pearly gates. Everything's gonna be great, and this little man with the spear is gonna be running in the distance, going, "Ah! I've been waiting for you."
This little blue guy.
Oh no!
Remember we said he was blue?
I don't remember that at all.
But it's
I
timely
thought we
with the new
did.
Smurfs movie coming out. So
Yeah. We compared him to a Smurf.
There is a new Smurf. It looks terrible, but go on with your story.
So Elisha
I'll move my foot just in case.
threw the stick into the water, and the iron head of the axe floated up. And he's like, all right, go get it. And so the guy went and retrieved it. And that's the whole account in the Bible. That's all it says about it. So we get no resolution. Obviously, they probably finished their quarters and everything. But that was it. Like he just was like, all right, go get it. And it just floated right up.
Yeah.
So kind of a cool account. Just really weird. It's only like 6 verses.
Reminds me of the time that Jesus got the coin out of the fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Who'd he tell? Peter? Was it Peter?
I think it was.
He's
they were
like,
asking for taxes.
Yeah,
and
to
he's
pay
like,
the temple tax.
"Yeah."
And he's like, all right, go get it out of this fish. And he's like, but Peter's like, we don't need to do that, though. You don't need to do that, right? And he's like, no, I don't. But unless we offend these guys, we're going to do it anyways.
Right.
It's the thought that counts. The thought where the tax is going to me.
Yeah. The table leg is on the cord. Can we move the table a little bit? On the closest leg to you, hun. Yep. Perfect.
You could hear it, couldn't you?
No, I thought I heard Zion crying.
heard Zion crying too. It's just a dog. It's just a dog.
Funny that you both had that instinct.
We're like, is he crying?
We were being loud. Ben was actually yelling.
Was I?
Yes.
It's hard with these headphones. So yeah, that's my story for today.
Yeah.
Had some.
What is the biblical significance of that? What was the point of doing that and showing that?
I think the point would be that even in like things that are like mundane and things that are like
innocuous
or things like that are like, just everyday things that happen,
Mm-hmm.
God can still turn it around and make a miracle out of it. He works all things out for our good. So I'm sure it showed that guy who's training to be a prophet, like, oh, this is the power of God in every situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it's one of those things like, what your brother has been saying for a while, like he'll start his day at work with, all right, Lord, how will you have me do my job? Tell me how to do each task. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything, like
lead and guide me
and all these different things. And, your brother's a really bright guy. Like it was
smart.
really interesting to hear that, because I was like, man, that's how we should all be starting our day, really.
Especially me.
And so, even with things like, Micah, like, he is basically a genius. Like,
Yeah.
when it comes to computers and all these different things, like, he's kind of a genius. And for him to just be, it's kind of like Paul, where he's like, oh, I may be eloquent with speech, but
I count everything, like all my pedigree and all these other things that count as
my
dung.
pedicures,
Exactly.
all my
My
pedicures.
pedicures,
They're
yeah.
just all dung.
my
It's all
pedicures
crap.
too.
All of Paul's pedicures. Useless.
Useless.
But-
Beautiful
No good.
nails, though. Great nails, that man.
But yeah, like, even sometimes, like if I'm looking for the keys or, something around the house, like, sometimes I'm just like, okay, I just need to relax and ask the Lord for help. And then he shows me where it's at. Just like little things like that, the Lord can show up in.
Yeah, I think, and everything, and like to Mike, what Micah does and stuff, like you pray and like, Lord, lead and guide me in all these things. And it's, because the Bible says, there's a way that seems right to a man, but in the end it leads to destruction.
Yeah.
So there's a way that seems right to me and seems good, like, oh, this is how it should be or how I should do things. But in the end, it can lead to destruction. So it's best to just be like, Lord, you're the one that's supposed to direct my steps. Lord, I ask that you help me. You direct my steps.
And then when you come up with a problem, you ask him for help instead of just attacking the problem in the way that you know how.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
That's probably the significance of that story. But if you guys have some different revelation on it, shoot it down in the comments.
That's pretty basic stuff, Ben.
Pretty basic.
Pretty basic. I could have gotten
pretty
that.
basic theology. I could have done that. I already knew that. I was just seeing if you knew
wasn't even
it.
worth telling.
Open the Bible, get another one right now. I feel chipped off right now.
Well,
Tabernacles. Tell me the story about the tabernacles.
what's the theological significance? Oh my gosh. Well,
It's funny.
you guys want to hear a really, speaking of funny, you guys want to hear a funny,
Story.
horrible, and crazy story?
Another story.
We get two. It's a twofer.
A twofer today. This one isn't like out of the Bible though.
But it'll have
This is
biblical
out of
significance.
history.
Oh.
Which so the Bible, but I don't know why I said it like that.
Unlike the Bible.
Unlike the Bible, this
It's
is
all
faith
poetry,
hacks.
so-
Yeah, it's all poetry, so it's okay.
An allegory.
Yeah.
If you deny yourself the poetry of the Bible, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Noah's Ark. I mean, come on. Who can believe that?
Who can believe that? So, in I'll say Strasbourg.
What?
I don't know. It's a city in now modern day France.
Okay.
In 1518, they had what they called a plague.
Ooh.
But it's a plague you've probably never heard of. It was a dancing plague.
I have heard of this, actually.
That's funny.
So it started with a lady named Fraternity. Fraternity started dancing uncontrollably in the streets in July of 1518.
Okay.
And what was a solitary act quickly escalated to a mass phenomena with dozens and eventually hundreds of people joining in over the course of the next few weeks. So after she started dancing in the streets, other people started joining in this weird thing.
Now, I've heard this story, but I forget. Didn't she dance like almost 24/7?
She danced without stopping
Yeah.
for days.
Yeah.
And reportedly, unable to control herself. Within a week, about 30 others had joined her, and by the end of the month, the numbers, different numbers, but the numbers, they say, swelled to about 400 people in this outbreak. And so you have all these people, not just like, dancing for a couple hours in the street, dancing uncontrollably, nonstop, to the point where people it's hard to kind of pin down whether or not, but it seems pretty plausible that the dancing lasts for weeks, with participants collapsing of exhaustion, heart attacks, or strokes.
What in the world?
Because they weren't sleeping.
This is bizarre.
Several historical records suggest that several people died through though the exact numbers vary, some estimates claim up to 15 deaths per day at the peak of this crazy thing happening.
This is real?
Yeah, this is real. You can look all this up. It's called the Dancing Plague of 1518. So not right now, Levi.
After the podcast.
After the podcast, you're welcome to look it up.
Levi.
So local authorities were like baffled by this, and they're like, what is going on? And at first they thought like, well, maybe encouraging them to dance will cure it.
Why beat them when we can join them?
So they
hired dance too.
So they hired musicians.
No.
And built a stage.
No.
And so they're all dancing. And this backfired, worsening the spread. Eventually, they banned dancing and sent the afflicted individuals to a shrine to pray for a relief. By September, the epidemic gradually subsided. So from July to September, this plague, this mass hysteria was just going. And it got bad where people were supposedly dying.
And is real?
This is real.
This is real. There's some science behind it.
So there are theories behind as to why this happened. The first and probably the most, it's the most accepted and the most logical, is mass hysteria. And basically, people were saying, okay, because there was stress, fear, belief triggering an uncontrollable behavior. They were under strain of like famine, diseases like smallpox and syphilis, and religious tensions may have primed the population for just a collective breakdown, where everyone just had a minty bee.
A mental breakdown.
Minty bee.
A minty bee.
All right, everybody, it's time to dance.
Another one is ergot poisoning, which is like a mold or a fungus that grows on rye that causes like LSD type of symptoms. But it also comes with other symptoms, and most people are like, that's probably not it.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't all be dancing. Then some of them would be like staring at colors, and some of them would want to be coloring. I can taste the colors, mate. It's amazing. Never knew what green tasted like. It's minty.
It's really minty.
It's a little minty. Don't taste the brown. I thought it'd be like brownies. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's no good.
The second thing that would come to mind, that's probably what it's what it tastes like. First thing was brownies. I think that's LSD.
This bread sure does make me feel good. A little sick, but good.
I can see things when I eat this bread.
I activate my wizard eyes.
Going back to the dancing thing, though, I was going to say, when I feel like I'm about to have a mentee bee with the boys, I'm like, let's dance.
Let's dance, boys. You may never stop when you start.
Man, that's so weird. I wonder if she ever realized, because if it was like a mental breakdown, I almost wonder if she didn't realize that she was like couldn't stop dancing, or if she did realize and was like, I can't stop.
I don't know. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, because like I'm one of those
like, please someone tie me down.
I can't stop shredding. I can't stop shredding.
For some reason, I thought that it was due to like some kind of a, and I may be way off, but I thought it was due to some kind of a virus or something that like caused neurological issues that also
not from what I could find.
Not from what you could find.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other people thought it was a spiritual thing. Where Saint Vitus, the patron saint of dancers and epilepsy.
Very specific.
Very specific, strange combination. Where they thought it was a curse from him. So I don't know which it would be. That one sounds pretty logical to me. But that was the kind of the theory back then. Like when it was happening, was, hey, we're being cursed by this guy. It's like a divine punishment.
I am Saint Fultus, the patron saint of building and stubbed toes.
I mean, that's pretty much how those go together. It's like, let's get a really weird combo here.
These are the two things I'm known for. It can't be helped.
This is now my epithet.
Maybe they're the two things he specialized in.
Always falling asleep and dancing.
Yeah.
When he wasn't asleep, he was dancing.
But epilepsy is falling asleep.
That sounds a lot. Yeah.
Epilepsy is like seizures.
Yeah, it's like seizures. Yeah.
Yes.
Never mind.
Epilepsy is.
You're thinking of what is he thinking of?
Narcolepsy. That's what I'm thinking.
That's a funny one. That's a funny mix-up. Man, I just had another epilepsy the other day. Yeah, I got a lot of rest. You sure? Yeah, I like having them. You know, sometimes you just are standing there, and the next moment you're having an epileptic little thing, and you're sleeping.
You just go right to sleep.
You know, I think people knock it.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Someone's just like,
what?
You sure?
Got my wires crossed.
That's hilarious. And what's funny is I was on the same wavelength.
You both.
You were.
And I know the difference because I did that as a profession for a hot second.
Ben, what would you be the patron saint of? Two things, but they have to be completely part of you, but opposite, completely like just different things that you would never think to go together.
I feel like we should come up with them for you.
Yeah. Tell me.
I feel like yours should be sleep.
Of epilepsy, yes.
Actual narcolepsy. And then what should the other one be?
Well, I think it would be kindness and getting hit in the balls. He is particularly good at that.
Yeah.
A lot. And it's like
that's happened a lot in my life.
Yeah. Like I eventually got used to it. Like I still feel bad for him, but when it happens, I'm just like, there it goes again.
There it goes
again.
It just happens so frequent. It's like I've never seen someone accidentally get hit in the balls more than Ben. It's a lot.
Wow.
I was thinking narcolepsy and cooking.
Yeah. Patron saint of like sleeping and cooking. He's not asleep. He's making something.
What would mine be?
Patron saint of singing and
something completely different.
Crocheting.
I'm knitting.
Patron saint of singing and a weird toe.
Yarn
yes. Patron saint of singing and deformities.
Body deformities.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't need to know.
Jamie has weird toes.
They're not weird. It's
kind of cool actually.
It's actually common. I forget what it's called. So let me.
They kind of work like hands.
All right. While you do that, Levi is the patron saint of being tired.
Yeah.
And grandma driving.
Mm.
Driving like an old lady.
What about my art? Why are we not mentioning anything about that? Why do they all both have to be silly? You guys both got a good one. I got two bad ones, Ben. Thanks, friend.
Well, being tired definitely has to be on there because our 2-year-old recognizes that you're always tired.
He knows.
When Levi wasn't here, he randomly came up to me and said, Levi's tired. And I was like, you know what, buddy? He probably is.
That wasn't random. He knew. He knew.
I have syndactyly.
Which means that you have like monkey feet.
No.
Pretty much. We'll post someone else's photo of it.
It means I'm a mermaid.
Oh, that's way cooler.
Yeah, it is.
We'll post someone else's foot on the pod.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
There's gonna be somebody who randomly stumbles upon this and is like, "Wow, it's that kind of podcast."
Yeah, right.
Subscribed and liked.
Well, hey, maybe they'll
he
get
might
the
saved.
gospel.
He might get saved.
He needs it.
He's like, you know what? I was wrong.
Yeah, you know, I was wrong.
I came into this podcast for the wrong reasons, but I stayed. I stayed, and I'm happy I did. No more. Am I the weird foot guy?
Our song needs to mention feet.
Oh no.
Oh, that was a car outside. I was like, what was
that? Sounded like gunshots.
I know.
Sure did. Are you sure?
Yeah, it was
That
a
was
car.
creepy. That made my heart sink.
Honestly, me too. I was like, what is that?
Made my stomach sink.
Yeah, that scared me though.
Yeah, I thought it was someone trying to get in.
Yeah, I did too at first.
I thought somebody was trying to come in. I thought it was gunshots, and it freaked me out.
David Wilkerson did not believe in owning a gun.
I mean, that's fair.
He said,
I can see that.
Oh yeah, he said he didn't need one when he had a. I think he's like a. Oh gosh, like a 10-foot angel outside his door. I think he'd prefer to it. He was big
I
on
can see that. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
didn't lead him astray.
Nope. 10-foot angels. Is that even biblical though? Are angels 10 feet?
It could be.
I guess they could
why
be.
couldn't they be? There,
don't
we
know.
talked about an angel that literally stretched throughout like
The eons, the
Yeah.
skies.
the whole sky.
Can we get away from feet, please?
Wait, what?
You just brought us back.
Well, you guys were talking about 10 feet, 5 feet. Why are we talking about
Oh.
feet?
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was also
That
we weren't
confused
talking
me.
about it.
I wasn't on that wavelength.
Levi,
So, my joke was funny. I won't hear otherwise.
your joke did not land.
It landed in my heart.
I had the perfect segue until you mentioned the feet again. Dang it. So we're just going right into it.
Let's
now.
hear alternate reality. What was the segue?
Let's rewind.
Gross.
Are angels biblical though? 10-foot angels biblical though? And then we're like, oh yeah, there's big ones, small ones. I was like, well, that was in the Bible, but you know what else is in the Bible?
What?
When King Cyrus released Jerusalem from captivity.
That was good. That was good.
That
That was
was
a good one.
That was a
would've been
really
great.
good segue.
Would have been great.
Yeah, I like
Would
it.
have been great. Shut up.
You know what else is in the Bible?
Pretty much everything else.
Everything. Jesus died for your sins too. you know.
All right.
Oh, getting
And I'm
called
outta here
out.
now.
Oh, no.
God created the heavens and the earth.
You know what else has to do with words?
a good podcast.
I just offended him. I'm sleeping on the couch tonight.
That's right. That's right.
Another quick pause.
That was a good joke, though.
That was good.
No,
Thanks.
I thought it was funny.
It was really funny.
Real quick,
Go
take
ahead.
off your headphones. I think I thought I heard, and I wondered if that loud noise will
We're just
warm
all
up.
paranoid.
Well, it was a loud noise.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I was kind of wondering
He's
if it
still
woke.
sleeping. I'm watching.
Okay, good stuff.
So King Cyrus, he released Israel to go back their home country, and he actually paid to rebuild the temple.
What led to him releasing him?
Just like a etiquette that he was like, oh, hey, I'm going to release these people. In his kind of thing, and I'm getting to this because, you know, the Bible talks about this, and it's like a historical thing that happened in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
In, when was it? In 1879, a guy whose name I'm not going to pronounce discovered a cylinder in the ruins of Babylon.
Okay.
And the cylinder was had all sorts of writing on it. and stuff.
It's like a little time capsule
with like Akkadian writing on it.
Like a little time capsule, like an ancient time capsule.
Kind of, yeah. But like on the outside, it just had all like I'll put up a picture of it. And basically, Cyrus is like, this was created in 539 BC, and Cyrus is like, I'm so good, I'm so great. Basically, like. I'm King Cyrus, king of the world, great king, legitimate king, king of Babylon. With some of the inscription on it. It sounds very similar to someone else we know.
Certain cadence to that.
I'm the best king, the greatest king of Babylon. No other king was better than me.
If I believed in reincarnation.
You right?
Love the Israelites. Wonderful people. Great people. Had to release them. Gotta get them out of here.
Gotta get them out of here. Gotta build their temple. I'm going to build them the best temple, a beautiful temple. It'll be better than any temple they've ever had. I'll spare no expense. It'll be great. We're going to make this temple great again.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, he basically it's often hailed as one of the first human rights declarations ever made. And basically it wasn't just like Israel, it was other people that were in captivity too. He's like, everyone can go home and I'll help them rebuild their temples.
No ruler loves human rights more than I do. I am the ruler of human rights. People pretend that they love human rights more than me. Now, afraid not.
No one loves humans more than me. That's why I know about all the rights.
I know about the rights.
I know about all the rights.
King
That's
Cyrus,
why I'm really the best human.
best ruler ever there was.
So,
my son Baron Cyrus, who I love very much, he helped me come up with this wonderful idea. Wonderful plan.
Okay.
He said, get him out of here. And I said, that's a good idea. I think it's all right.
But it was mostly my idea.
Mostly my idea, but Baron was a pivotal person in it. We got the Israelites home. We're very proud of that.
I'm crying. You can read about that account in Ezra.
You don't need to. We just did it.
1-4. I know.
Was it good? It wasn't good. We had him as slaves. We don't want that.
We don't want it. Send him home, I said. Send him home. I could go other places with that, but we're not going to.
Oh my gosh.
Not today.
Wow, Cyrus was cool.
He was cool. He was a cool guy. He was a cool guy.
Make temples great again.
I was reading through this and I did not put that connection together until you said that, and I was like, oh my gosh.
It's Trump. Here he is.
There he is.
Oh my gosh. Temple great again.
Yeah. We're going to make this temple great again. We need to put that on a t-shirt.
We need hats.
That's fun. Like ancient history Trump. Like that's you can just do that for hours.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. It was worth mentioning because it's another piece of history that just confirms the Bible. Like the Bible's there and people are like always trying to bring it into question. And what's funny, in fact, about this too, is people are like, well, why would a king ever do that? The Bible, this is just made up. Like no king of Babylon would ever do that.
Oh, before they found that.
Yeah, before they found it. And then they found it and they were like, oh, well, I guess someone would do that.
I guess someone would do that.
Cyrus released Israelites. Why? That's actually a bad thing.
There's 10 reasons. Some kind of alternative or what? Ulterior motive. Yeah. Man, I can't talk.
No, you can't. Maybe you should just stop talking the rest of the night.
Why am I even on this podcast?
No, I'm right there with you. I've been like having trouble. If the viewer likes to go back and hear, you can hear how many times I'm like I'm trying to get out words.
Well, we already know how I talk, and so it's all good.
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
That was fun. It does worry me though. I've always had the thought of and I don't think it's going to get this far, but like, what if we became an ancient civilization and they found like a whole freaking...
If the Lord tarried, that would be wild for people to dig up.
If they found like just something random preserved from our time, it would all be bad.
Taylor Swift, did they worship her?
There's all these effigies to Taylor, this goddess named Taylor Swift.
We think that their society was based around creating alternate identities around colorful animal characters. Sometimes they'd give themselves wings and also horns, known as foray.
It was very confusing.
They came in several varieties, sometimes strange, colorful hedgehogs.
Oh, gosh. I'd be afraid of what people would dig
Oh,
up.
my gosh. Yeah.
If you were to leave a time capsule, what would you leave in it for someone to find like 500 years from now?
Me?
Yeah. Like if you knew someone was going to find the time capsule, what would you leave in it?
That's tough. Like if I knew, 100% knew, 500 years from now. Jamie, you go first. I don't like this question.
I'm thinking. I kind of would want to leave like a receipt, like a grocery receipt. And because if you think about like 100 years ago, what did the receipt look like?
A shoe costs
Very
like
different.
$1.50.
Very different, And so I feel like that'd be really interesting for somebody to see.
Yeah.
Be like, oh man, milk costs $3.
Personally,
It costs $20 now.
I would just leave a Bible because,
I
knew that
wipe
would
that
get you.
off.
I knew that would get you.
Cop-out.
I knew
Such
that
a
would get
cop-out.
you.
Because I care about the souls of the
I care
people in
about
the
the souls
future.
of the people in
And
the future.
we can't
I'm a
be
future
sure.
evangelist.
We can't be sure that the Bibles will be that easy to come by. Perhaps that will be the only surviving part of the word by then. Wow, you guys sure wasted yours, didn't you? Isn't that a shame?
They're probably
Isn't that a
going to hell
shame?
because of you.
That's why Ben's the pastor and we're just
The layman.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also
Oh my gosh.
So what would besides that?
I just said
what
that
would
as a
you?
joke.
Yeah.
but he would.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
probably would.
Now that I think about it, I
that-
would too, but only after he brought it up.
That, and I don't know, I'd probably leave like,
I needed to be guilted into it. Do they know that the 500 years, like, are they like ironclad on what happened, or could I be like real fun with it?
you could be fun with it.
Oh,
I'd want to write a note.
Yeah, I'd write a
I don't
note
know
to
what
them.
I would want to write exactly. I'd have to think about it. But
Hope
I'd
things
wanna-
are chill. They're not chill right now. We got all sorts of crap going down. There's UFOs here. Have they come yet? Have they shown themselves?
So what would you leave? What would you leave?
I'd leave a personalized note.
Dear someone from the future.
My name's Ben. What are your name? Just
Oh my
kidding. I'm
gosh.
probably dead right now.
I've been dead for 500 years.
If you found this is 500 years in the future.
My favorite color is green and I like long walks. What do you like? Yours truly.
It'd be
Yes.
something like that, though, like kind of describing what it was like to live
Yeah.
in this time period.
I'd
Yeah.
probably troll real bad.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's when the lizard people subverted our government.
And then they find a hard drive from Alex Jones' show. And they're like, "Oh my gosh!"
This is our ruler, Alex Jones. He fought hard in the last war, also known as War Xmas. Alex Jones was a true leader. I was only in platoon 5 of that war. The genderless
Lord.
lizard people were everywhere, surrounding the last Homo sapien.
So Levi would write a personal note that would just be full of ridiculous things.
I'd really try and shape the past with it. Like if
Perfect.
I knew, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna go crazy with this.
You're going to change their history books.
Oh, definitely. That's my
100%.
goal.
All right,
100%.
Ben, you still haven't told us what you're going to do.
I did.
You sent a note. You took mine.
It was a cute personalized note.
that Levi wrote.
Super cutesy.
Levi wrote your note.
And I added to it.
Yeah. The final, like under the his signature would be a little kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
XOXO.
Yeah. No, it would be like a little lipstick.
No.
No. You don't really love the people from the future then, Ben.
You know, XOXO is enough. I don't want them to get I don't want them to know about like all the other stuff happening right now.
You don't want
with
them
a
to
man
know that
putting lipstick on a piece of paper.
Lipstick on your mouth.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't be allowed to say it by then. They can't assume.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Depending on if we get that far.
Yeah. No. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
My doomsday, my predictions though are off. Like I predicted the war would already be ended, and it is not in the Ukraine.
That actually didn't go well at all.
It didn't go well at all. Today was when they met at Zelensky met at the Oval Office with Trump and Vance. That went very poorly. No peace so far. So yeah, my bingo card's already messed up.
Yeah.
How is everyone's bingo card? Does everyone remember what theirs was?
I'd have to go back and look, but it's on my phone.
Mine has things to do with Bigfoot and a Loch Ness monster, the swamp from creature. I mean, it could all happen. Where are you going, Ben?
Bigfoot opening portals.
What are you doing?
I gotta use the restroom.
Aliens photo. We haven't gotten an alien photo yet from the government.
Oh yeah, that one will probably happen. I feel like that one will happen.
We haven't had an attempt on our president yet.
Not yet, but there's definitely an element on the internet that's like definitely riling people up.
We also don't have the social money score yet.
I feel like that one's coming.
But the deadly plague, it's happened. It's happened. This flu. No, but seriously, like people from the flu every year. So.
They are also saying that there is a new virus coming out of Wuhan now.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying that it's like literally a new coronavirus has broken out from Wuhan.
Well, I guess like last year sometime, and I'd have to do research to confirm it, but I had heard that like last year sometime, a bunch of viruses got released on accident because this place got broken into in Australia or something. And so like a bunch of viruses just disappeared.
You remember when the monkeys got loose? That didn't go anywhere, but the monkeys with the deadly virus got loose.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't go anywhere, but that one always weirded me out. That sounded like the start of a horror movie.
So did the killer bees.
We've had a lot of fun stuff.
So, what was all on your bingo card?
Alien sighting. Like we'd actually get our first like.
That was on hers too.
The government would be like, "We have aliens, guys, and they're here, and this is Jimmy the alien."
Mine was a photo.
What if the aliens only spoke in like Zoomer brain rot? Oh gosh. What the Ohio, friends?
I'll riz you up.
He looks at the politician, goes, "Wow, he's got some yacht."
Sigma Chad.
I am the Sigma Chad of our race. Skibbity, Ohio, everyone.
And then I had, shoot, I lost it.
We've come to spread our riz.
Yeah. We know we are the masters of the riz. Gosh, what was the other few? Antichrist appearing.
Could have happened. You wouldn't know.
He will make he'll rise up.
Oh, like more publicly.
Yeah, publicly.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, that's kind of a cop-out. He could be here.
Well, he's here probably, but like just publicly like.
Do you think he's a baby or a teenager or an adult?
I think he's an adult right now.
Do you think he's human? Or do you think he is a clone or potentially an AI?
I think the image of the beast is AI.
Oh, so you think he's human?
Yeah.
Do you think
possessed?
Do you think he is clone or human?
That's a really good question.
Could be Nephilim.
No.
Take
it back.
Poetry.
I already.
That's poetry.
That's poetry.
Get that out of here. Get your poetry out of here.
No. That was quick. Oh my.
Yeah,
I always thought he'd be a clone.
He could be.
That's always
He
what I
could be,
thought. Because
yeah.
I figured, you have a lot of people who are experimenting around with like creating people like that.
Organoids, all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And he's just doing
Who knows? Like, things have been so crazy these past couple of years, like, and all this stuff that's come out, like technology and everything. It's just like, I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Japan's now playing with hybrid humans. Like, basically, they're trying to grow organs inside of like pigs and crab, human organs.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Horrifying.
Oh, I mean, if you
An
need an
abomination.
implant, you need an implant.
That
You
is
get a good
an
old pig tummy.
Abomination.
And now you can eat even more.
Yeah, pig a tummy.
You start feeling really hungry. You're like, I don't know why, but I need some oats right yesterday.
I'm ready to eat some slop.
Kind of feels wrong eating this bacon all of a sudden.
I feel like I know you.
Brother.
Brother.
Jim Bob.
That would be weird because they do say that if like you get an implant, there is that like, have you heard that where sometimes there's like a proclivity to pick up some of the
There's a memory. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the organ.
Absolutely. Well, like even our stomachs, they found out held memories of our taste, like what things taste like. It's not in our.
So we joke about the pigs, but you might really be like, slop, man.
I will say, so I was not like ready to share this story or anything, but I do know this story. So this girl, she was.
What was her name?
I don't know.
Was she pretty?
She was unalived.
Oh no, never mind.
She was unalived. And
I am joking around. It's going that direction.
She basically
Read the room, Levi.
I'm sorry.
The person who unalived her sold her organs.
Oh.
And so
What
like the
the-
person who, or I don't know if he sold her organs, but somehow
I bet I know where this is going.
somehow somebody got her heart. So I think he sold.
I've heard this story now.
And so the person who received the heart transplant was having nightmares of this man.
Hello, weird.
And like eventually got with like a sketcher, somebody who sketches you describe someone and they sketch it.
Mm-hmm.
And they found this man and he actually admitted to unaliving this girl because he was so freaked out about the whole situation.
Oh, I bet that would really weird you out.
Yeah, we'd have to fact check that story, but parts of that. But yeah, like that's pretty much how it went down.
Yeah.
Well,
It was crazy.
A parrot solved a case once, so
Really?
yeah, I messed up. It kind of like mimicked the sound of
Oh,
what was
that's
happening.
sad.
There's a lot of weird true crime stories like that.
Yeah. But it's kind of interesting how like that does happen though. Like people like that would pick up a love for like a certain sport or like pick up like a love for like certain kinds of music and stuff when they get transplants and stuff. It's really interesting how God made the body. It's like we think, okay, it's all like all of our memory, everything's inside of here, but somehow it's all connected.
It's all connected. Your organs and like your skin and different parts of your body, it holds memory. It's just really interesting.
It's super weird.
It's going to be funny to find out the animal organs end up having some sort of memory in them.
Dude, I'm just so wigged out by Japan doing that.
I
like,
just keep
making
getting this
hybrids.
urge to eat grass,
You know
just
what
to eat fresh grass. I just want fresh grass. I think it'd be good for my stomach.
Give me the fresh grass.
You just watch as a person's out there just kind of, yeah, this is what I've been missing. This and running in open fields. What if it like really enriched the person's life? Like all of a sudden they're like,
Change it for the better.
It
They
sounds like a
actually go out
movie.
and touch grass.
I feel like that is a movie, isn't it? That has got to be a movie.
I don't know.
I think it is.
Make one, Levi.
It's
Make
like
it.
you could just imagine it right now.
Hollywood
Like,
hit.
this guy gets an animal implant and then is like, he's just a boring guy. His life's been wasted up to that point. And
I think they're human. They're just grown inside. Like, well, like no, they're hybrids. I
right.
don't
So it would be
know.
a hybrid. So then he'd be like he'd just be a boring guy. And then he'd look outside one day and be like, I need to run out there. And just starts running like a dog. And everyone's like, wow, that guy's really enjoying himself. You know what I mean? Like it's that Hollywood type of movie. And then he meets like, somebody who's like, you're so quirky and weird. And he's like, Yeah. I don't know when this happened. It was when I got the organ.
Good grief.
It sounds real.
Someone would make that movie.
I would.
Yeah.
Go for it, Levi. We'll promote it on the podcast.
I think it'd be good.
We'll do a watch party. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to segue in this at this point.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
We'll see you later. But before you go.
Oh, yeah. We got
I don't even know how to do that. Yeah.
Salvation message.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Levi, you do it.
I'm just trying to think of a way how you would do it, because like normally you're like, well,
I know. Normally I can find a way to.
You might not have security in animal organs, but I will say how you will have security.
Right?
You know, it's one of those things. Like I'm trying to figure out how to do it, but I can't.
Where the world is ghastly, horrible, scary, and unsure. The only sure thing in this world is Jesus.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
If you're horrified by some of the stuff we've been talking about,
You need Jesus.
you need Jesus.
Because that person can save you more than an animal organ ever can.
Yeah, that's true. But seriously though, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and no man can come to the Father except through Jesus. And the Bible says that he is our Prince of Peace, that he's our comforter, that he is everything we need in this life, because we weren't designed to live without him. And so I want to encourage you that Jesus died and he rose again on the cross, or he died on the cross and he rose again. And if you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that he did that, then you will be saved. And you make a commitment and you say, Lord, I'm going to follow after you. I'm going to submit my life to you. And I repent for my sin. I'm sorry, Lord. I ask that you come and fill me with your Holy Spirit. And if you made that commitment, reach out to us. Let us know. We have material to help you on your way with your relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
I fumbled through that one.
It worked. You know what? Someone needed to hear it. And not every salvation message needs a perfect segue.
Nope.
Down by the Jordan, the waters ran deep. Elisha the prophet heard a young man weep. My axe head's gone sinking, borrowed and lost. Iron in the river, what a terrible cost. Elisha just smiled, threw a stick in the tide. Up came that axe head, floating with pride. A miracle sung through the ages so old. God's hand in the water, a tale to be told. Oh, the axe head floats and the dancers sway. History twists in a curious way. From prophets to plagues to a king's rebirth. Sing of the wonders that shake the earth. In Strasbourg they twirled in 1518. Feet wouldn't stop, they danced to their fate. A plague of the rhythm, no rest in sight. Spinning through days and into the night. Some said it's a curse, some said it's a trance. A frenzy of souls in a wild, wild dance. The cobblestones echoed with each dizzy beat, till the music of madness burned out in the street. Oh, the axe head floats and the dancers sway. History twists in a curious way. From prophets to plagues to a king's rebirth. Sing of the wonders that shake the earth. Now jump to the day where the rumors take flight. A man with gold hair in the political fight. They whisper he's Cyrus, come back from the sand. A king reincarnate to lead this land. Like Persia's old ruler who set captives free. Could Trump be the echo of prophecy? With brash voice and swagger, he strides through the fray. A modern day monarch, or so some say. Oh, the axe head floats and the dancers sway. History twists in a curious way. From prophets to plagues to a king's rebirth. Sing of the wonders that shake the earth.